Seven hells, it wasn't enough that those Illuminati lunatics had a bleeding time machine, was it? No, it had to be a time machine with the power to destroy the whole bleeding world. I mean, I'm used to the future of Eorzea being at stake, but this is the future, past and present, all rolled into one. We have to get Roundrox out of there before those gobbies can put any more of their crazy schemes in motion. Speaking of gobbies, have you talked to old Backrix lately? Turns out the kitten you met wasn't Shanoa after all, just a doppelganger. He's already taken the little furball back to the shortstop and given it a name. Schrödinger, or however you pronounce it. Anyway, I'd best be heading back there myself. See you there. Ready to head back into the belly of the beast? Alright, let's get this rescue mission off the ground. First, some good news. While the barrier was down, we were able to get our first good look inside Alexander's innards. As far as we can tell, Roundrox is being held captive in what seems to be the central control chamber of the whole Colossus, called, hopefully, Central Control. As to how we reach it, do you remember when you infiltrated Midas? There was that cavernous room with a dirty great city in it. Aye, well, we've spotted one of those floating platforms which goes back and forth between there and the place we need to get to. The quickest route to the city is straight through the Giant's Head. You'll go in through the hatch you opened for us last time, take care of any guards, and secure the platform I mentioned. Meanwhile, the Chief and the others will be making their way to you via Midas, after setting out in advance to sweep the place for any nasty surprises. Once you've all rendezvoused, it'll be time to storm the control room, while me and Wedge stage a little diversion. Got all that? Good. Then let's crack some Illuminati skulls. Excellent work, old friend. That platform is our shortcut to the heart of the machine. All seems quiet on our front, so seven hells, we've got company. Ah, there you are. We were met by a small welcoming party, but it was nothing we couldn't handle. Biggs and Wedge just contacted me as well. They're headed here as we speak. Roundrox. So this is the Codex. And that must be the third and final core. 12 have mercy, if you could but see the volume of aether issuing from it. Yes, much swirly bright, time wings can spread, travel to overtimes, make bad things good again. Could it be? Do we truly have the power to change the past? I could erase my mistakes. I could see him again. 3 years ago, Mide lost dear one. Mide wants dear one back, yes? Roundrox helps Mide. Roundrox, no! You must save your strength. Mide worries too much. Roundrox is strong gobby. Uplanders hold on to brain cases. Time wings spread. Seven hells, has the girl gone mad? Stop this, Roundrox. Stop, I say. Biggs? Where are we? And why is everything spinning? Biggs, Wedge, can you hear me? Roundrox has engaged Alexander's time distortion mechanism. We're hurtling into the past. We're what? Biggs, over here. You're not going to believe this. What's Maid doing down there with those... Hold on, they're performing the summoning ritual. Bugger me, we really are in the past. What in the seven hells? Someone's taken control of the Colossus. Hold tight, I think it's about to go berserk. Damn it all, this isn't right. We must abort the summoning. Quickly, Maid, the seal. Dayan, no. What is medal-making kitten doing? Twould seem we're back in our own time. past is made right, and we return to now times. Treasure hunters' friends die, as it must be. Uplanders serve quick thinks well today. Uplanders are not grasping meaning. Quick thinks breaks into bitty pieces, fits in Uplanders' tiny brain cases. Time is flat round shape. All things Uplanders and Gobbies did, are doing, and will do. Doings happen over and over and over again, for all times. So when Maid and her friends attempted to summon Alexander 3 years ago, what they actually saw was us travelling back in time. But that's madness. Time is an endless circle. My failure, my pain, my suffering, it was all doomed to unfold like this from the very beginning. Let us away, quickly. Maid must hurry. No, nothing remains for me out there. My future, my past, my reason for being, it all ended before it ever began. Maid! Chief, you stole her in Round Rocks. Gods, I've never been so bloody glad to see you. I thought we'd never make it back in one... Wait, where's Maid? Maid stays behind in Giant of Whirlycogs, all because of Round Rocks. Round Rocks must go back to Giant of Whirlycogs. Save Maid. You leave that to us, child. Wedge, get Jessie on that link pearl and tell her to bring the Excelsior around. Though I don't much care for the answer, we finally know the truth behind the events of that day 3 years past. The Illuminati masterminded the massacre, and through some ungodly trick of time, 'twas us that brought them there to do the deed. And what about Maid? The only thing keeping her going was the hope that her base soul lived on in the machine, but seeing what happened to the poor bastard... Aye, we witnessed the truth with our own eyes, sucked into the core of the Colossus to sate the primal's appetite. If aught remains of him, it's no more than heat and light. Quick thinks says the future's already been writ, eh? Then we're fighting a losing battle. Well, we've got a thing or two to say about that, don't we? Round Rocks is safe with us, which means the Illuminati won't be turning back time on us anymore. And that's not all. Thanks to your efforts, we've got ourselves a straight path to the third and final core. Aye, the very heart of the Colossus. Put it out of action and the whole thing will grind to a halt. Let's go, we'll show the Illuminati that the future's yet to be decided, and save Maid while we're at it. Outstanding! Another Illuminati creation reduced to scrap metal. I'll wager the mere sight of you is enough to send the Gobbies scurrying back to the drawing board. There it is, the heart of the beast. Only now that I see it up close do I comprehend the true scale of the thing. To have reached this size in so short a space of time, the core must be taken in aether at a positively ungodly rate. I'd be willing to wager that it can regrow itself faster than we could ever hope to chip away at it. Which means we'll need to change tack. The central control room houses everything required to operate the Colossus. It's not inconceivable that it might offer us a way to regulate, or even shut off, the flow of aether to the core. Of course, any attempt to control Alexander is doomed to fail without the guidance of the Codex, and there's only one person alive who can access its secrets. But Chief, do we really need to drag the poor girl back there? What if she falls into Illuminati hands again? Uplanders waste their tongue flaps. Quick Thinks has seen the future, true future, and it ends badly for Uplanders. Very, very badly. Uplanders think they just lazy walk into central control. Quick Thinks not. All passages are sealed, all floaty boards disabled. Only way left open is here through core chamber, and when Uplanders come next, it will be the Uplanders' end times. Quick Thinks has seen it. Oi Wedge, is it just me, or are you getting the feeling we've seen all this happen before? It's the Watcher Book of Backrix. And look, writings end where Backrix leaves off, when Shanoa sends Watcher Book spinny falling from Backrix's fingers. What the? You mean to say the book Quick Thinks has been reading from all this time is your journal? The same journal that slipped from your hands when we travelled back in time? So that's how he was able to anticipate our every move. He's no prophet, just a gobby with delusions of grandeur and a diary from the future. So the glorious bleeding future he was always going on about, the one that was writ, was nothing but Backrix's record of the stuff we've already seen. Bugger me, I've just had a thought. Oi, cat. Are you Schrödinger from the shortstop, or are you Quick Thinks' familiar, Shanoa? Twice for yeah, was it, Chief? I bleeding knew it. She's both. After Schrödinger went tumbling down from the Colossus, and don't ask me how she survived the drop, Quick Thinks found her, took her in, and gave her a new name. It's like they're two cats, but also one, at the same time. Setting aside for the moment the question of whether or not that even makes sense, what possessed that confounded cat, whatever you want to call her, to do all this in the first place? I swear all she's done is made a right old mess of everything. Now, Wedge. Taking out our frustrations on a mewling kitten won't get us any closer to dismantling the core, getting back to the crux of the matter. Backrix, you said the journal ends right where you left off, yes? That it's nothing but blank pages from that point on? Do you hear that, everyone? Though Quick Thinks would have us believe otherwise, the future from here onward, that is still to be written, and I'll be damned if we won't be the ones to write it. Future Book is gone, but no matter. All knowings of true times are safe up here in QuickThinks' brain case. QuickThinks is chosen one, mender of history. Truth is unchanging. True times choose QuickThinks to do their bidding. True times send Shanoa into past, deliver to QuickThinks knowings of future. True times live inside, guiding all of QuickThinks' doings. Every tongue flap, every busy deal, every brain spark of QuickThinks brings world closer and closer to perfection, guides Illuminati to rightful place as rulers of New World Order. True times will not be unmade by ignorant uplanders. QuickThinks needs no future book, no gobby girl. QuickThinks needs nothing and no one but oneself. Future has chosen, and future chooses QuickThinks. Yes, even now, power granted by true times wells from QuickThinks' fingertips. Power beyond understanding of Uplander's feeble brain cases. Alexander, overwatcher of true times, deliver divine judgment on ignorant Uplanders, and crush them out of existence for all times. Let me see if I've got this right. 3 years ago, the QuickThinks of back then found the journal that the Backricks of now dropped, which was only possible because we travelled into the past, what with time being a circle and all that. So he had a look inside, and not knowing the truth of the matter, got it into his head that he was some sort of prophet chosen to set history straight, and that Shanoa, who miraculously delivered the book to him, was a messenger from the future sent to show him the way. That's all well and good, but the question remains, why did that bloody cat start all this in the first place? What could she possibly stand to gain from setting in motion this ridiculously convoluted series of events? Another answer found, another question raised, eh? Alright, this is it. We still don't know exactly how we're going to disable the core, but we do know that our only chance is to get back to the central control room. We also know that there's only one way in, and that QuickThinks isn't going to let us through without a fight. Now we can be pretty sure he can't see the future, not anymore at least, and without Roundrox to read the codex for him, he won't be turning back time on us either. But he's still a power-mad maniac with some of the deadliest machina in the realm at his disposal, and after losing that book of his, I'd wager his trigger fingers feeling pretty bleeding itchy. Aye, we'd best be ready for a battle and a half. Muscle against metal, man against machine. Gods, I don't know whether to laugh, cry, or soil myself. Mayhap all three. Ah, here comes the chief now. It's time to move out. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Time moves on, imperfect past giving way to perfect future. Worthy or unworthy of place in New World Order, Alexander will judge. Yes, all is as QuickThinks foresees. Truthhammer of Alexander falls on Uplanders. Ignorant and unworthy are not welcome in Illuminati future. Here, Uplanders meet their end times. What? Freeze time field is deactivated. No matter. Uplanders will be reduced to smoulder dust. Fire! Seven hells. Now that was a bit too close for comfort. Is everyone alright? A Colossus inside the Colossus. Look, I don't know what that thing was, but I'm pretty damn sure I know where it went. Or more accurately, when. If I'm not mistaken, what we're looking at is a localized distortion of time. The only question is when our metal friend will reappear. Better not to wait, lest it catch us unawares. I need you to head into the distortion and dismantle that thing. We'll secure a path to central control while you do. Good luck. You do not disappoint, old friend. The path to the control room is clear. Everyone, follow me. The flow of aether to the core must be stopped. Pray lend us your strength one more time, child. When Quick Thinks winds back time, doings of Uplanders will be undone, history will be rewritten, and Illuminati will rule over New World Order. Heh, if you think you could take Roundrocks from us, you're welcome to try. Foolish Uplanders, knowings of the Codex are not known to just one. What in the damn thing's responding to him? Uplanders are slow seeing. Quick Thinks never needed Gobby Girl from beginning. When the final core is activated and Alexander fully awakens, its power will be such that it could entirely consume any who sought to control it. You were too craven to risk your own life, until you had no choice. Treasure Hunter? But Treasure Hunter is too slow coming. Future has chosen. You poor deluded fool. You never did work it out, did you? The future doesn't choose us. We choose the future. Now, child. So the knowledge of the Codex allowed you to disable the core. Power stores are depleting rapidly. Without a steady supply of aether, it's only a matter of time before the whole thing grinds to a halt and fades away. Roundrox is glad to see Treasure Hunter safe, but how is Treasure Hunter sneaky hiding from Illuminati? I don't know. There was a great shaking and I was thrown from my feet into some dark, cramped place. I must have lost consciousness because I don't remember anything until a few moments ago. Sounds to me like you had a nice nap in a rubbish chute. Well, what matters is that you're safe, and with that I think we can declare this operation a success. Twould seem our work here is done. Let us take our leave. Damn it all. Didn't we kill that bastard? Quick Think's better built own body, made stronger than ordinary gobby. Quick Think's is not unmade by simple flesh wound. Better built? Seven hells, that's not a mask, that's its face. He's more machina than goblin. O Alexander, Lord of Steel and Whirlicogs, outspread wings of time, let ignorant and unworthy feel divine judgment. The Codex responds. He means to return to the past. Access denied? What means this? This red glow, Alexander is refusing to obey his commands. Alexander, junk brain machine, Quick Think's his chosen one. Tongue flaps of Quick Think's must be obeyed. It would seem Alexander has achieved what a simple flesh wound could not. Quick Think's is permanent deactivation. Quite how and why is less clear. If I didn't know better, I would say the machine had a mind of its own. Dayan, my love, could it truly be you? You were in there all this time, weren't you? Watching over me, keeping me safe. Did it just blink twice? Bugger me, the machine's actually talking to her. So his soul really was in the primal all this time? Chief, is that even possible? The core, without the codex to bridle its power, it rages out of control. It drinks in aether like no primal I've ever known. We must stop it now, lest Eorzea be bled dry. Finally I see. This is why you summoned me to this place, isn't it, my love? I thank you for guiding me here, and Roundrox, know that I shall always treasure the time we shared. Farewell, my friends. Maid, no! Maid must not go! My friends, leave this place. Leave now. Fear not, Alexander will trouble you no longer. My love, what is this place? How best to put it? We stand inside a mathematical simulation, calculated and projected by the device at the heart of the Colossus. One might equally say it is the dream that Alexander dreams. And what of our companions? Are they? Their fate was not mine to change, Maid. All that came to pass did so for a reason. History is as it was, as it should be, free of the paradoxes that spelled its undoing. From this place, unfettered by the mortal construct of time, Alexander looks out upon past, present, and future, seeing infinite possibilities. I see what it sees and feel what it feels, this perfect machine born from yearnings for an ideal world. Oh, if you could see the worlds we've seen, a world in which the Illuminati rule history with an iron fist. Every nation brought under their yoke, a world in which Alexander spread wide the wings of time and swept the lesser moon from the heavens, averting the calamity. Alexander dreamed all the realities imaginable, all the realities mathematically computable, and in the end reached a single logical conclusion: it would change nothing and erase itself from existence. But why? Alexander possesses the power to travel through time and space and reshape history for the better, but such power comes at great cost. The sheer quantity of aether consumed in the process means that Alexander itself would mayhap not immediately but inevitably bring ruin to this world. This perfect machine, this supreme manifestation of logic and science, deemed its own existence a threat. And so it chose to do nothing, to leave history untouched and the future in the hands of man, with all his imperfections. Such was Alexander's divine judgment. A time will come when the fate of this world is placed in the hands of one warrior. For reasons hidden to me, the future from that day forth remains shrouded in mystery, beyond even the Colossus's ability to calculate, and yet Alexander chose to believe in that woman and the light within her. I met that woman, my love. I believe in her too. There was but a single time Alexander was spurred to action, not to change history, but to preserve it. The summoning of the Colossus and the events that followed had potentially disastrous consequence for our reality, its fabric strained to accommodate an infinite number of potential futures separated by nary a thread. Were the wings of time to fall into the hands of the Illuminati, the repercussions would be dire indeed. History would be rewritten over and over again, each time bleeding the land of Aether, and in the end the Colossus would usher in another calamity. To prevent this tragedy, to preserve the circle of time as it had already been set in motion, Alexander sent forth a humble servant to do its bidding. A clockwork curl, an eternal child, to gently nudge history back onto its proper path. And now but one task remains. Having become one with the horn, the core is well nigh indestructible. It would only regrow itself until it bled the world dry, and so we must heed Alexander's wish and seal it away, far from the reach of man. A closed pocket of space-time, a fraction of an instant that will repeat in perpetuity for all eternity, that is where the core must go, and us with it. Don't you see, my love, we're already there. In coming here, to you, I've closed the circle of time. I'm all but certain of it. When I accepted the horn all those years ago, the man who gave it to me said that it had the power to grant any wish, and so as I took it in my hand, I prayed and prayed with every ounce of my will for the one true desire in my heart. To be with you, forever. Roundrox is back in Idleshire with the chief. Everyone's safe and sound, except for Maid, that is. The poor lass always had a flair for the dramatic, but to think she'd throw herself into the core. It's odd though, I could have sworn I heard her voice in there, saying the Colossus would trouble us no more, or something of the sort, and for what it's worth, it has been sleeping like a baby ever since we got out. And that's not the half of it. Take a closer look inside the barrier. It's like time is standing still. Buggered if I know what it all means, but I'd like to believe Maid and her love somehow sealed away the core for us. Softens the blow a bit, you know? Phew, I'm still not sure how we managed it, but I'm just happy to be out of that god-forsaken place in one piece. Of course, it's a damn shame what happened to Maid. Hold on a moment. She's what? Aye aye, Chief, leave it to us. Bloody hells, Roundrox is gone missing. I've been worried sick about the poor lass ever since we got back. I mean, how would you feel if you saw your best friend throw herself into a running engine? I'll wager she's off somewhere the two of them used to frequent together. Wedge and I will have a look around here. Why don't you search the collector's quarter? Come on, let's find her before she gets herself into any more trouble. Oh, it is Uplander. Why does Uplander come to this place? Roundrox is sorry for worrying Uplanders. Roundrox just wants to go to a quiet place and do some back thinking. Running out of Giant of Whirlycogs, Roundrox feels something rattling in pocket, so Roundrox reaches in and cannot believe what she finds. Rattling thing is glowstone, Roundrox's favouriteest treasure. But it's dark. Even with many tryings, glowstone does not glow for Roundrox. Not anymore. There you are, child. We were worried sick about you. What is it? Is aught amiss? The Codex no longer responds to her touch. Intriguing, if not entirely surprising. Were I to guess, I would hazard that it's because this experience has served to open her eyes. The Codex was born for one man's all-consuming pursuit of perfection, its knowledge sealed off from any who harboured even a sliver of doubt as to the merits of the ideals it espoused. Quick thinks, Maid in her youth, Roundrox, though their reasons might differ, arrogance, youthful idealism, childish innocence, none thought to question the words within, and so the Codex opened itself to them, but now Roundrox has seen with her own eyes what blind devotion to ideals can bring. And she's not the naive child she was before. Aye, it's all well and good to dream of building something perfect, but sooner or later you have to stop dreaming and start doing, hammering it together by your own hand, with your own blood, sweat and tears. In so doing, you're forced to confront your own failings and deal with your frustration at the world's unfortunate habit of falling below expectations. Hells, there may come a time when you just want to tear the whole bloody thing apart and start again, but more often than not, you emerge from it all with something you can hold on to and carry with you into the future, and that will do a damn sight more for you than any starry-eyed ideal. Roundrocks understands. Roundrocks will collect more and more junk, build city of great treasures with own hands. Roundrocks has just one wish. Not glowing glowstone is piece of Myde's dream. Roundrocks would give it back to Myde. A noble wish, child. Would that we could grant it. But I fear the steel giant and all that lies within that barrier is far beyond the reach of mortal hands. Frozen in a single moment until the end of time, that's a fate I'd not wish on anyone. Mew. Well, look who it is. You have a real knack for turning up underfoot, don't you? I'm reminded of the apparent ease with which this curl seemed to slip in and out of the Colossus. Were it not for the small matter of time having stopped in there, I'd send her in with Roundrox's glowstone without a moment's hesitation. Mew, mew. 2 mews. Might that suggest a willingness to try? Mew, mew! Giving a stone to a cat in hopes of delivering it to 2 souls trapped in time. Now I think we've seen everything. Do you think those 2 will ever be free of that place? Mayhap one day, when the perfect future they sought to bring about becomes a reality. In that sense, one might even say their fate is in our hands. Leave to Roundrocks. Roundrocks works hard, builds sparkly shining future for Myde. As shall we, child, and with that we must take our leave. For all you've done to stave off yet another primal threat, you have our gratitude. I contacted Biggs and Wedge to let them know that they can call off the search. Needless to say, they were relieved to hear that Roundrocks is safe. There was also a matter they were looking to discuss with you. They said they'd be waiting for you back at the short stop. If you'll be returning to the short stop, I would ask a small favour of you as well. Pray deliver this volume to Backrix and tell him I believe it is that which he seeks. Till next we meet. Now Roundrocks is safe at short stop, and Backrix is easy breathing. Uplanders have thanks of Backrix. Uplanders bring present for Backrix. This is Sharlayan legend book from Y'shtola. Backrix has waited for legend book for a long time. Backrix has been reading about many things, about Codex and blue-haired Uplander that writes it. Maybe these knowings will save Gobbyflock from Giant of Whirlycogs, thinks Backrix. Now Giant of Whirlycogs sleeps and Gobbyflock is safe, but still, Backrix would fill Braincase with knowings, fill pages of Watcher Book with data. Let Backrix see. Yes, it's just as Backrix... Are Backrix's eyes playing tricks on him? Oi, are you feeling alright there? You look like you've seen a ghost. Page tells fairy legend of Hotgo tribe, Uplanders of blue hair. Many years ago in old times, 2 children, boy and girl, outstepped from belly of great steel giant. 2 children grow to man and woman, become father and mother of great people of Hotgo. Names of 2 are Dayan and Myde. Look at hand drawing, even faces are same looking. Ye gads, if that's our Maid and Dayan, why, that means that one day they'll be freed from their fate and reborn far, far in the past. So after searching for near an eternity, they finally found the perfect world they were searching for. It may be just a fairy tale, but I for one would like to believe it. And fairy legend goes on. 2 children step out of steel giant holding small stone. Stone is dark when sitting on ground, but holds stone in hand and shiny lights. Glowstone of round rocks. Let me see if I have this straight. The codex fragment you gave to that curl a few moments ago now features in a legend from ages past. That can't be possible, can it? At this point, I'm about ready to believe in anything, but that reminds me, there was something I wanted to ask you. Remember when we went into the core and almost got our asses fried by that colossus inside a colossus? Well, I felt the strangest sensation then, a feeling that chilled me to the bone, as if something terrible had happened that I couldn't for the life of me remember. I felt it too. So tell us, did you see anything when you were going in and out of time? Do you have any idea what happened to us while QuickThinks was spinning the hands of the clock? I'm afraid I do. You're afraid you do? Well, that's not ominous in the least. On second thought, how about you don't tell us, thank you very much. You'll get no arguments from me. There are some secrets better left secret, and from the look on your face, I reckon this is one of them. Anyway, it seemed this long and thoroughly mind-boggling battle of ours has finally come to an end. Of course, there's still plenty of work to be done, but now that QuickThinks is out of the picture, I've got high hopes that Roundrocks and her friends will one day build their shining kingdom of rubbish and refuse. Speaking of work, we'd better get back to it before the Chief catches us chattering. Always a pleasure. Till next time.